What's up, fight fans? Thank you as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. All right, so Usyk has obviously defended his cruiserweight belts, and there's only one way to go right now, and that's up, right? That's up to the big boys of the heavyweight division, the land of the giants. 6'7", 6'6", 18, 19 stone. What can Usyk do against these big boys? And look, what we're asking, if we're honest with ourselves, we're not asking can he compete, because I think it's fair to say Usyk can compete with some of the guys in the top 15, right? I mean, if I had to put my money on someone like Usyk versus Derek Chisora, I'm going Usyk all the way. So we're not asking if he can compete. What we're asking is, can he win a title in that division? So that basically means beating the likes of Joshua, Wilder, and possibly Fury. What can Usyk do against these monsters, right? I've been talking guys that are 6'7", 6'6". In Joshua and Fury's case, you're talking guys that are 17, 18, 19 stone. 19 stone. Bear in mind that Usyk weighed, I'm guessing, about 15 stone in the ring yesterday. So there is a big difference in weight between these boys. Not for Wilder though, by the way. Wilder, although very tall, Wilder probably will come into the ring against Tyson Fury around 16 stone. So Wilder's not the biggest, but the others are very, very big. Even Dillian Whyte weighed in at something like 18 stone for his fight against Parker, and will probably do the same for Derek Chisora. So these guys are very, very big now. This ain't like the heavyweights of yesteryear. These guys are massive heavyweights right now. So what can Usyk do against them? When you're as good as a boxer as Usyk is, you can compete. There's no one out there that's going to be able to convince me that an elite boxer at cruiserweight can't pile on a bit of muscle and go up to heavyweight and cause problems. He can. A lot of people always refer back to the Joe Joyce fight and Usyk stopping Joe Joyce. And I think, look, it's the amateurs, and I don't really like to harp on about what happens in the amateurs. I think it's a different game, it's a different style of fighting. But nonetheless, I think the thing to take note of is that Joe Joyce is kind of like the modern heavyweights. Joe Joyce is their size, right? And a lot of people are hyping Joe Joyce up right now. Joe Joyce wants someone in the top 10, top 15. If Usyk can stop Joe Joyce, remember, it wasn't on points, he stopped him, then I think it's fair to say he can compete against the big boys of the heavyweight division just based on size. I'm not talking about skill set and power, I'm just talking about size here. And another thing, a lot of people mentioned Usyk's power, that, you know, does he have the power to compete? It isn't about power all the time, people. It's about timing and speed. Usyk has timing and speed, and I would take timing and speed over power all day long. Because I think once you can time your opponent, I mean, you'll catch them, and look, I mean, they're not hitting each other with 16-ounce gloves here. Once you catch someone flush on the chin a few times with good timing, you'll cut them down. It's almost like cutting down a tree. You'll cut them down eventually. So I'm not too worried that Usyk might not have the power to compete with these guys. Usyk's chin's been spoken about. Obviously, Bellew tagged him a couple of times yesterday. I didn't see his legs wobble or stiffen once. Gassiev, who's going to go to the heavyweight division as well, hit him clean in their fight. Again, not much movement in the legs. Look, don't get me wrong. If Joshua or Wilder catches him flush, it's lights out. But in the same sentence, if Wilder catches Joshua, it's lights out. If Joshua catches Wilder flush, it's probably lights out. This is the heavyweight division. If anyone catches anyone, it's probably lights out. So forget all that, can he take a punch stuff? Because if anyone in the heavyweight division lands clean on anyone, it's probably good night. That's just how it works. They're that big. So look, if he gets caught, then he's probably getting knocked out. But at the same time, I think he's timing, his speed, the way he adjusts, all that extra weight that he has to add on make a difference in terms of his output, probably. But there still won't be anyone in the heavyweight division that has his work rate and has his punch output. Again, in the cruiserweight division, he throws 900 punches a fight. 900 punches a fight, which is 75 punches a round. If he can throw anywhere near that in the heavyweight division, then there's going to be no one near that work rate. Nobody. So, look, I think he can go up there and do damage. I really do. Other cruiserweights have gone up there. I know it's different, but David Haye's gone up there and done some good things. Obviously, Evander Holyfield's gone up there and become one of the best heavyweights of all time. I'm not putting him in the Evander Holyfield category, but I'm saying the jump isn't as crazy as we think it is. I wonder if they're going to maybe take it easy. He's 31, so it's not like he's Joe Joyce or Luis Ortiz where you've got to really start pushing them. He is 31, so they might take it easy and give him someone in and around the top 15 first. But once he has someone in the top 15 and wins, and he will win, then it's going to be interesting. Then it's going to be very interesting. Do you just immediately chuck him to the wolves, or do you kind of build him slowly? Remember, he's signed to Matchroom and Eddie Hearn and DAZN, so he is their commodity right now. So they don't want to kill off their commodity because, look, he's good for boxing. And I just wonder if they might take it easy with him first, and then after maybe 2 or 3 fights, see what he can do against a Joshua or a Wilder or a Fury. I'm not sure how Eddie Hearn's going to make these fights happen because we're talking about, you know, different broadcasters. But if White beats Chisora, and I think he probably will, and Chisora wants to continue and it's a close fight, I wouldn't mind seeing someone like Chisora versus Usyk, right? Chisora's top 20, there or thereabouts, right? Will come to fight a big heavyweight, maybe not the biggest, but a big heavyweight nonetheless. That would be a good fight for Usyk. That would be a good fight to see where he is. That's a good sort of measuring stick. But I guess to answer the question again, and I've seen people go back and forth on Twitter over this, can Usyk compete in the heavyweight division? Obviously. Absolutely. You don't have his boxing ability and tell me you can't compete. Can he win a title in the heavyweight division? Yeah, I'm going to say it now. I think he can. I think he can. Look, again, if he gets caught, he's in problems. There's no two ways about it. If Joshua Wilder hits you, then I'm sorry, you're gone. But you got to catch him flush. That's not an easy thing to do. We haven't seen him hurt in a fight yet properly. And look, Bradis was a good fight, but we've not seen him hurt properly. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And I, for one, look forward to this journey. It's going to be a bloody exciting journey. It really is.